What's up, guys? AverageKiwiGuy here. Happy holidays to everybody. Hope everyone's had a good time. Getting ready for New Year's. It's gonna be a pretty quiet one here, but hope everyone's getting sucked, getting ready. Hope everyone had a good Christmas or whatever you celebrate. Or if you don't celebrate, I hope you had a good Sunday. um, so it's the time of year where everybody kind of wants to know, what were the best games of the year? What we thought of 2016 as as an overall for gaming wise and stuff like that. For me, I think 2016 was pretty solid. I think it was pretty good. I think we had a lot of good games. We had some surprises. We had some mighty downfalls. No Man's Sky, but um, you know, overall, I think we had a pretty solid year. Better than last year. Last year, I think we went downhill pretty fast, but this year, pretty solid, pretty solid. But nevertheless, my top 10 for 2016. Uh, Number 10. And some of you guys might go, "Oh my god, seriously?" But I went off the fact that this game took over my life for like it'd be over a month. Over a month, I planned my days around it. It was like something that I wanted to get good at. On my US trip, I made sure to deal with this game, to do this game so that I got certain things while I was in the US. Yes, it is Pokemon Go. Pokemon Go. I would, go on daily walks. Was talking with friends like, yo, I need Growlers. I need Growlers. Anyone seen any Dratinis? Dratinis. I need Dratini. I need the candies. This is a good month. Um, Unfortunately, the game, the guys that run it, Niantic, that's shit. That was shit. They tried to do too much. The game got just got worse and worse as it went on. The content now that it has isn't drawing me back to play it, but in that period of time, it was huge, and it took over my life for a good month. And I think that deserves something. It deserves at least a top 10. You know, in its time, it was something that I was fully focused on. And I put money into that, and I did a lot of stuff. Yeah. It was a game that I think, I mean, I'm a big Pokemon fan. I grew up loving Pokemon. You watched the cartoon series. I had the trading cards. I watched all the movies. It was just a part of me. So when you could do this, like, I could go out and actually catch Pokemon. I was like, so yeah, uh, it deserved the top 10. It deserved the top 10. So I put it at 10. Um, Number 9, which was a bit of surprise to me. It really was. I had a lot more fun with this game than I thought. Um, Unfortunately, I never really got to stream it. It was I was dealing with some things at the time, so never really got to do it. Hopefully, I might actually do some more next year when we really do get more into the streams, because I'm trying to get it all sorted. Hopefully, I'll be able to do some of this. It was Watch Dogs 2. Watch Dogs 2, guys, is actually kind of good. Um, some of the lines, some of the character lines, yeah, it's a little bit tryhardy, a little bit cringy, but it has fun. And the way I played it no guns, and stun gun was the only gun I used. I either hacked, or I used melee, or I used a stun gun. That's it. And I enjoyed myself immensely. The missions you go on are quite fun. You can really mess around with people. There's even like one where you mess around with a girl who's a streamer and stuff, and like you play with stuff like the music and everything. It's really quite cool. It's an awesome game. It's got good color to it. It blows Watch Dogs 1 out of the water. It's so much better. The main character's better. He's got more. It's probably the most character an Ubisoft character has had in a long time. Wrench is really good. They delve into a lot of different types of characters. I really liked it. I thought it was fantastic. I still think they need to get rid of the guns. Watch Dogs should just not have guns. You're not you're not a trained assassin. That's not how it works. You're just vigilantes. I want to be like a hacking Batman. That's what I want to be. I liked it. I loved it a lot, actually. I really did like Watch Dogs 2. I haven't finished it. To be honest with you, I got caught up, I think, in another game. But I played that a good 4 or 5 days straight. And I had a lot of fun. And I think this is number 9. I really do. So, Watch Dogs 2, number 9. Big surprise this year, actually. I had a lot of worries about it. Because Watch Dogs was a huge letdown for me when it came out. So, it's good to see it going in a good way. It's good to see it going in a good way. I'm not looking forward to the movie, though. If it's anything like the Assassin's Creed one, oh my god. Just don't make the movies. Don't, Ubisoft. Please. Number 8. This was way back near the start of the year. This one came out. I forgot it almost came out this year. That was Superhot. Super hot. Super hot. That game was really cool. It played into like the action hero, like slow-mo, like badass moves where like, you know, you grab the gun in midair, shoot that guy, katana sword a bullet in half, slice the bullet in half, the bullet halves go past you, kill 2 guys behind you. That whole movement and time mechanic was so cool. It was a lot of fun. I loved that game, and it had some twists and turns that you never really expected. And now that it's actually VR now, that's like really cool. I actually want to give that a go with a VR. I just don't have one to do it on. But apparently it's really good. And for me, Superhot was really, really cool. It's different mechanics. It was simple and knew what it was. And it had an interesting story, an interesting pull to it. And the mechanics were really cool. And I liked it. And some of the levels, and like you can do challenges and stuff. It had a lot of replay value in it. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed that a lot. So that's my number 8. Superhot. Super hot. Very, very good. Thoroughly enjoyed it. If you haven't checked it out, pick it up. I think it's pretty cheap. It's a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. Number 7. I enjoyed the first one of this series, so I was eager to pick up this one. It's Dishonored 2. Dishonored 2. My number 7. The story was really good. I enjoyed the world. I enjoyed playing as I did a playthrough of both Emily and Corvo. I did 2. Super fun. Really liked it. Wasn't so into it, I think, as much as the first one. I think because it was more of the same. It's like, if you like Dishonored, you'll like this. It was more of the same, just different story. The story in itself was good. I enjoyed it. I liked the whole, like, taking back your kingdom sort of thing. Saving either your daughter or saving your father. You got some backstory on a lot of stuff. You know there's going to be DLC for this thing, because the first one had a whole bunch of DLC, which is actually really good. It's a really good DLC, so hopefully they'll have some more of this. I went through on a sort of very passive playthrough, and I did a pretty much just kill everything playthrough. Tremendously alters the way the game goes. It's a game you really want to explore everything, because there's like hidden little quests you can do. Very good. It was very good. I kind of want a little more out of it. I wanted a little more, maybe, epicness story to it. I think they might need a new engine to it, because it kind of seems similar to the first one. Maybe a little bit more polished. But it was still really good. The world's amazing. I love that steampunk world. All with everything running on whale oil and stuff. I love the magic part. Great voice acting, great just characters all in general. Good villain. The villains were good. Like, you really, from villain to villain, you kind of wanted to do different things. Like, certain ones you wanted to kill, certain ones you didn't want to kill, certain ones you wanted to set up, It was really good. I liked it a lot. So yeah, number 7, Dishonored 2. Number 6. This one's kind of a new game, kind of not. It's an expansion, so some of you probably know what I'm talking about. This is World of Warcraft Legion. This was another one that took over a good month of my life. So for the record, before Legion, I had never, ever really played WoW. I think I played maybe 6 hours of WoW beforehand. And that was it. I'd like to try it out, and then I gave up on it and was like, nah. This got me into WoW. I joined a guild, I raided, I did all the stuff. It took over my life for a month. I got up, played WoW, eat, go to work, come back, play WoW, go to sleep. Eat, play WoW. It just would cycle on. And, raiding days were Sunday. I gotta make sure I'm there for it, blah, blah, blah. So I rolled a Demon Hunter. I was like, I'm new to WoW. Demon Hunters, well, they're not new, but the new class to WoW, I'm going to go in brand new. And it was really cool. I love playing the Demon Hunter. I love the maneuverability. I love the way the actual character worked. I love the story. The story is great. It's still expanding. I haven't really played in a while now. I think it's like a lot of people. I used the mobile app to do all the the companion side quests. I love leveling those guys up and getting them equipment and things. Doing the research and I was a skeptic of the artifact thing. When I heard you're not going to get new weapons anymore, I was like, well, hang on a minute. I like getting new weapons. I like changing my thing up and getting better and better weapons and getting new looks to my guy. It's like, yes, I'm going to get that with clothing, but or armor, but I'm not going to get that with my weapon. But it's actually really good. I liked the whole getting artifact power and powering up my weapon and getting a new traits or getting a new move, and it was, and I just unlocked this appearance and I unlocked that appearance and then there's a hidden one. It was really cool, and it took over my life for a while. I went in a WoW hole and I wasn't coming out, and I was a little bit worried to stream it, being that I was very new to WoW and I didn't understand it too much. And raids, I was doing good. I was in the middle of the pack. I had the add-ons and stuff, so I could figure out what I was doing. But it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun at the time. I can see why people just play it non-stop. Just love to do it. Got me interested in the lore of WoW. I went back and did a few of the old dungeons and raids and stuff. Just to see things, to experience, just to get a little taste of what you got, the guys that have done WoW have experienced. So I did that. So that was fun. Legion was really good. I know it's not really a new game, but for me it was, because I never played WoW before, and Legion pulled me in, and it did, and it was really good. And I loved being a Demon Hunter, and I loved doing that stuff. So it was really good. Number 5, halfway there, guys. Titanfall 2. Titanfall 2, number 5. I was a little worried for Titanfall 2. I really was. It was right smack dab in the middle of two sort of giants in the FPS world. Battlefield and Call of Duty. They smacked it 1 week in between each one of those. Battlefield went first, then Titanfall 2, then Call of Duty. I was like, what are you thinking? EA! What the hell are you thinking? And I did think it did get hurt. I think it did get hurt by it. I think there were people that were still playing Battlefield 1. And I think there were still people I can't buy all the 3 of these games. So I gotta choose one. And maybe I'm gonna choose COD because I've always played COD. Or I'm gonna choose Battlefield 1 because I want to be in World War 1. I don't want to do Future anymore. But out of those, I only played two of the 3. But out of those three, I love Titanfall 2 the most. I really did. I played Battlefield 1. I didn't click with it. I didn't. I don't know why. didn't really click with me. I love the world. The world's amazing. But it was the same with me with Battlefront. It just doesn't inspire you to play more. It didn't. But Titanfall 2 did. I had the single... Admittedly, I never played the single player for Battlefield 1, and apparently it's actually really good. So I can't stay out on that. But Titanfall 2, its campaign, I loved its campaign. It had epic moments. It had BT, who's best bro. Loved him. He's like probably my best side character of the year, like companion for the year, was BT. BT was really good. Just the set pieces of these levels were awesome. Like there was a time one, and then there's like you jumping from ship to ship, and you're fighting these epic like battles with these mechs and stuff. It's so cool, and I loved it. I loved that part, and the multiplayer was fun. The multiplayer was a lot of fun. Finding like my kit that I wanted to do, my loadout, and then I'd get going and hopping around and the air jumping. I loved it. It's a lot of fun. Admittedly, it is still shallow. It is still shallow. I think they messed up with the mix. I think the mix where you only get one mech and you can only really swap out some traits, like maybe one or two traits. That's it, really. The fact that I can't customize my mech to suit me, like maybe I want a really light mech, but I want it with a gun, not a sword. Or maybe I want a big heavy tank mech that's a melee type or something like that. Why can't I have that? I just think they missed out on that. And I felt like the more and more I played it, the less and less I was getting. You know, I got my stuff that I wanted. I don't really have any other point to do that. So it did have its problems, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. The multiplayer is a lot of fun. I still play it. It's still good. I really enjoy it. Hopefully they got some good DLC coming for it. I will play it. But yeah, Titanfall 2. I prefer it over the other two that came out with it. Is it better than Titanfall 1? In parts. I still think they got a lot to improve on. Don't think they learnt their lesson completely. They learnt their lesson with the single player, but not with the multiplayer completely. They need a lot of work with the multiplayer. But hopefully they'll get there. Hopefully they'll get there. I still enjoy the mech genre. I still enjoy the wall running and the double jumps and all the rest of it, and all the kind of skills you have with it. I enjoyed it a lot. It was really good. Number 4. And this is a game I never thought I would play, but I did. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was Dark Souls 3. Dark Souls 3, I played Dark Souls 2, I think, for a little bit, and I just hated it. I hated the controls. It was clunky. It was like, oh, I hate this. Get this thing out of here. I'm done with it. Dark Souls 3 was really, really good. Control-wise, I felt comfortable. The epic boss battles. When you defeat a boss in Dark Souls, it felt so good. So good! And, like, to do that, and, like, to learn how to play, because I never really played them before, so to learn how to play it, to learn to, to dodge properly, because I suck at timing. I really do. I suck at timing with rolls and things like that. But I got there. I learned the fights. I really did enjoy it. I did. And I never thought I would. I never thought I would. I was like, nope, I'm not a Dark Souls player. I'm not. But, whew, it was so good. And like collecting, like getting new weapons and getting the special ones, like getting the big great swords and stuff. The world is dark and grungy, and it's just got this mystique to it. And playing a Dark Souls has got this mystique to it. Like, it's hard, and it's tough, and you gotta be good. You gotta learn how to do it, and it's not gonna take it easy on you. It's not gonna hold your hand. It's gonna punch you in the face, and it's gonna keep doing it till you learn how to dodge it. and how to beat the boss, and how to beat this place, and get around these guys, and pick your way through, and finding these items, and things like that. I did enjoy it. Admittedly, I did play it offline, because I have no interest in people invading me. I don't. I didn't. I wanted to play the game. I didn't want to have to deal with some guy that wants to fight me. I just don't. If I want to do that, I'll go play a PvP game. For me, it was a PvE game. I didn't want to play it online, and I had enough with it. I dealt with the computer invasions, because you get, the odd invasion like that the game did to you, just so you could practice. But I didn't want to play PvE. I didn't. PvP, I mean. And I turned on the online stuff. I played it offline. I still had a blast. Still had a blast. Yes, that does mean that I couldn't get help. But who needs help, man? Who needs help? You just gotta learn how to dodge. And I did. And it was a lot of fun. Number 3. Top 3, guys. XCOM 2. Whoo! XCOM 2. Such a good game. Such a good game. It has some technical problems. Does have technical problems, like you can have some weird glitches and stuff. Shooting through walls, all the rest of it. Like you get some bullshit play where an alien will shoot across the map, come through a building and shoot you on the other side. And you're like, he's in cover! Full cover! And he got a blank full shot. And like, alright, it's XCOM. It's the way it works. But I love the customization. I dress up. Dress up. You customize your guys. Like I customize them as friends of mine, as streamers that I liked. You could like export those out so people could go. They could use them. You could import others. You can make stories for your guys. You could build up your base. Do these epic missions. This would be my number 1 if the other 2 above it weren't so good. XCOM 2 was fantastic. It was so good. And if you haven't played it, go out and get it. It's really good. I haven't played the DLC. That's something I have to play. But it's so good. And apparently there's like mods for it and everything. It's so good. Story-wise, I mean, it's XCOM, you're just trying to beat back the thing. I loved how you were kind of the resistance. You're like the aliens won, but you're trying to fight back and get the resistance, and you're beating those guys. And I really did. I played not the first XCOM, like not the original, but the XCOM Evolved, like the something Evolved or something thing, and the remake of it. And I loved the fact how coming off that first one, it's sort of like, yeah, you kind of lost in that last one. But here I go again. It was good. And I loved upgrading my guys and getting them new armor and new guns and like she's my ace. She's my ace sniper that can pick off anyone. And he's my like front man who can just go up and beat people up with a sword and everything. It's just so good. It was really, really awesome. Thoroughly, I think I played that for weeks. Just doing different playthroughs. Iron Man, everything like that was just so good. So good. Number 2. And I think to some people it might be a surprise that it's not my number 1, being that I stream this probably more than anything. The most on my channel is this game. But it did get beaten out by a game that came out a little bit later in the year. But I played this game through the beta. So I played it last year. I played it all the way up to the launch. Obviously when I could. You guys know it. Probably a lot of you love it. Probably some of you hate it. Probably some of you love to hate it. It's Overwatch. It came out this year, technically. I know a lot of people had it last year as the elite game of the year. It didn't really count, I don't think. So I'm giving it this year. It is my number 2. Only because the game that I picked number 1 blew me away. But Overwatch, what can I say? What can I say? Everyone knows what it is. It is the only game that I keep coming back to, that I keep going, that I keep wanting to play. I love the characters. I love the world. I love just everything about it, generally. There are parts that drive me just freaking insane. The the in-game chat sometimes, the voice, especially the voice one, can be toxic as hell. But it's just part of the game. It's part of what it is. I really want more to the game. Like, I would love to see more animated shorts. Love to see just more of the world and more of the characters and things like that. The comics are fantastic. You just know it's got so much behind it. And Blizzard does this, and they're really good. These characters coming out constantly. I've spent more money in this game than I think on any other game I've ever played. And that's skins and all the rest of it. Just loot boxes, stuff like that. I love it. It's one of my all-time favorite games that I've played. I enjoy trying to get better at the game. I enjoy trying new characters, doing crazy, weird and wacky things in quick play. And then when I wanted to be competitive, I go to competitive. And I do that. And I love streaming it. That's why I made it a main staple of my channel. I love bringing you guys different videos on it. It's just one of those games that I just love to play, and I love to be a part of it. And it's probably one of the main reasons I'm gonna go to BlizzCon next year. So hopefully I can see different things there, and hopefully they're gonna bring out something cool for Overwatch next year while I'm there. But yeah, Overwatch, number two. Only because the game that is number one on my list. This game came out near the end of the year, pretty much. I had never played one of the games in this series before, but I don't think that matters because none of them connect up. I played 14, but now you guys know. It's Final Fantasy 15. Final Fantasy 15 is my game of the year. It is my number one, numero uno. Yes, that's how you say it. It's my number one by far. It is such a good game. It is. Yes, some of it's cheesy. Yes, some of it's very anime, and I kind of like some anime, so I didn't mind it. I love the combat. I love the world. I love the journey with the bros. The journey with the bros is so good. Everything about it, the mystique of the world being a modern world but with magic and stuff, even though the magic system was garbage with the grenades and stuff. That's one of my problems with it. But still, like, everything else about it overpowered the bad for me. Like, the last few chapters for me were a huge downfall. Huge downfall. Compared to what they did at the start of the game with the car and the huge world, and like, I'm doing all this stuff with my bros and all this story, and it's so good. And then the last bits are just very disappointing. But I know they're overhauling some of it, and they got some good DLC coming. This game for me was just, it was so good. It's so beautiful. Like, on a PlayStation, I played on normal PS4, and the world looks amazing. And like, I'm doing New Game Plus now for it. And you get the jet car. Like, you're flying now. You're doing all these quests and stuff, and battling all these epically huge creatures like the Ultimantois, the huge turtle that was a mountain. You're defeating these giant birds that literally create storms, and the music was amazing. Oh man, it was so good. It was so good. I loved it. It made me excited for the remake of Final Fantasy VII, because then I get to experience that story a little bit, because those older games didn't age well. it made me want to go out and look at other Final Fantasy games. It really did. It made me want to go out and look at other Final Fantasy games. I watched Kingsglaive. I watched all the anime. I watched all the stuff that I needed to do before that game. I watched it, and it did help. But the game itself is just so good. If you're interested in RPGs, this is the first RPG I've been very excited for a long time. Probably since like Mass Effect had gone away. Which is, that might be my game of the year next year, guys. When it comes out, holy shit am I going to be excited for it. But this year, I went in with not much expectation. I was like, I just want a story that grabs me and that I want to play. I've played this game for over 70 hours. Over 70 hours. I know people that have done over 100 hours in this game. And it is just so good. Some of the best parts are just cruising on the road with your bros in the back. That's all it is. Character-wise, Gladio. Gladio is my dude. He's what I want to be when I grow up. Big, huge, buff dude. The beard and a huge sword on my back. Tats. I'm good. If I can roll around with shirtless, maybe a shirt with no shirt underneath, my abs showing. It's what I want to be when I grow up. I'm telling you. Everyone else, though. Noct is probably my least favorite. I think that's like that with everyone. Like, the companions are always the best characters compared to the main character. But it was so good. Yes, it had its problems with the later chapters. The final fight for me was not that great. I think it was the weakest fight of them all. Like, I had harder hunts than that. And I was extremely disappointed. Extremely disappointed with that. But the game overall was so good, it overpowered that. And I was happy. I was happy with the game. I was happy with the way it ended. So good. The music. Oh, I still listen to the music. Just from Spotify and all that. I listen to that music all the time. So good. So good. So yeah. Final Fantasy 15. My number one. So there you go, guys. That's my top 10. Whether you wanted to hear it or not. There it is. I'm going to be doing top 10 movies of the year too. That I've seen. It's pretty much what you guys would expect from me. I'm a big Star Wars and superhero fan, so there's going to be a lot of those in there. But there might be a few surprises, maybe. Yeah, so I'm planning on doing one of those too. We're going to do a wrap-up of the year and a sort of like 2017 goals sort of video too, so make sure to check that out. And a big thank you to all you guys. That will be in that too. But yeah, so thank you for checking out my top 10 of the year, 2016. We're not in 2017 yet. 2016, Final Fantasy 15 was my number one. Alright. Thank you guys for coming and checking out the vid. Click the subscribe button, if you wish. I would be so happy to see you guys join us here. We're still pretty much a brand new channel. We're still ticking along. I sort of really got into this near the end of the, sort of middle end of the year, so we're still getting rolling, still going. We're growing, and it's a lot of fun to see everyone checking out the vids. There's been some good watches on them lately, so thank you so much. Click the likes, the dislikes, the comments. It's all there. Do as you wish, really. Just be nice, please. I'm also a Twitch streamer, so check me out at twitch.tv/AverageKiwiGuy07. Pretty much stream there a few times a week. Check me out on Twitter, AverageKiwiGuy there. That's when I'll say when I'm going live and everything like that. So go over to Twitch, click that follow button. That way you guys will get notified when I'm going live. Yeah, so Twitter, AverageKiwiGuy there. Instagram, AverageKiwiGuy there. I just put up weird photos sometimes. If you want to see them. I have a few of my Christmas presents. They're Star Wars related. Go see them. You wing. Yes. And K2. I got a little K2. You can see him, there. The black. See the black legs? That's K2, yo. So he's there. He's watching over me now. Because I told him to. But yeah. Only because I told him to. He wouldn't do it otherwise. But yeah. So go check me out on Instagram as well. And yeah. So thank you guys for coming. For stopping by and checking out my video. And I'll catch you next time. Peace. Bye.